He's getting set for his final preseason game of August. This is going to be Sunday night on NBC, by the way. Al and Chris and the NBC gang getting ready for their opening night, which will be between the Buccaneers and the Cowboys. But the Browns and the Falcons will be on NBC, the final game of the preseason period, this Sunday night, in advance of the season opener of the Falcons at home against the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 1. He's Arthur Smith, the HC of the ATL. How are you, Arthur?
Great, Rich. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Have you had a sit-down chat ever with Al Michaels before? Could this be your first, Arthur Smith?
No, I've talked to him.
Okay. All right.
It was probably 2 years ago in the preseason. They were out of practice when I was in Tennessee.
Okay.
But I just wanted to hit on something, so I caught the end of that.
Yes, sir.
Were you trying to push Matt with natural light? Is that what it was?
No, Coach. I was trying to help him. As his nickname is. No, I'm going to. He brought it up. I'm going to talk about it. You guys back off.
Rich.
This is my talk.
I understand.
With the head coach. Coach. I realized that his nickname was Matty Ice, and it's been that way for a very long time. And I think personally, he's outgrown that. That sounds like a nickname from high school, college, and anything like that. That I think that he deserves a nickname that is more appropriate with his resume and stature. And I try to re-nickname him the Mattural.
I thought you were pushing I thought he was working for like a natural light.
No.
Sponsorship. He just got that Travis Matthew one, so I think it'd be the same demographic.
Yeah, interestingly. So what would you say as an evaluator? Is he a top flight evaluator? What do you think of that nickname change? If I had to maybe put it in your arsenal and tell Matt that you think he should do it, what do you think?
I think he should run with it. I think there's a lot of endorsement opportunities.
Okay. I think it's a good idea, too.
I really do.
Okay, very good. Just if you want at all, at any point today, go to him and say, I spoke to Rich. I think you should go with the Mattural and just and just see how that flies. And I think that would be wonderful. For me, I don't know about you or for Matt, but that would be great if you wouldn't mind.
I'll see if I can just make it stick around here. So I'll try to help you out.
Very good. I go straight to the top of the Atlanta flow chart. How are you going to approach preseason game number 3 now that this is the last one of these as opposed to previous seasons when you'd have a fourth? How's your approach to this?
No, it's been interesting. I think the preseason has definitely been evolving probably the last 5 or 6 years around the league, and it's people have taken a lot of different approaches in the past. I think it was pretty standard, and the third one was kind of people used to call it the dress rehearsal. But now with the added game, you've got 2 weeks. It'll be interesting around the league to see how much people play, the guys they know are going to be on the roster. So with us, in anticipation, we'll probably play everybody. We'll make the determination at the end of the week. But as a staff, we're not going in some heavy game plan, but we need to get in the rhythm of what our in-season schedule because we're year one. So it'll be kind of a hybrid. We're not going to go crazy the game plan, but more likely we'll probably play just about everybody.
So Matt Ryan, the Mattural, he will get a snap or two on Sunday night?
We'll make that determination by the end of the week.
Okay.
But, we're going to get all these guys ready to go, and we'll see if we put the Mattural in there.
Thank you, sir, for using that in a sentence. That means a lot to me. You have no idea what that means to me. Thank you.
Trying to help you out.
Thank you. The rest of the crew is lamenting because
Are they cringing? Are they?
Yeah, yes, all of that.
Yes,
you got to move on. I love you, but you got to move on.
Thank you very much. So could not help but notice your picking up of Josh Rosen. Now, not many times will I talk to a head coach about a quarterback that's acquired so late in the preseason, certainly when his quarterback is, knock on wood, healthy. So what do you see in Josh Rosen? What do you think of him and expect?
Well, just gotten to know him, obviously,
Yes.
a pretty short time here. So it was unfortunate what happened to AJ. And we have a roster spot, and we worked a couple guys out, and we signed Josh, and we'll give him an opportunity to play Sunday night at some point. So it's kind of, you get a week here to really evaluate. He understands that, and give him a chance. Good news, he's just in the camp. He's obviously got some arm talent, and he's got an interesting story. So, like all these guys, we'll give him a fair shot, and we'll get him ready to play, and how long we decide, but he will play at some point Sunday night.
Did you evaluate? Was he on your radar screen the year that he was drafted when you were with Tennessee? Did you guys kind of kick the time?
I mean, it wasn't. We knew that year. I mean, for sure, we weren't going to take a quarterback early, but I watched him and to work out. I mean, that he's got obviously arm talent. And so, I don't obviously wasn't in the other buildings he's been in, but he'll get a fair shot here.
Arthur Smith here on the Rich Eisen Show. And if I am not mistaken, we have yet to see Kyle Pitts on a preseason football field in a game. And is your plan to put him out there on Sunday night right now?
We're pretty sure we'll play just about everybody. Like I said, we're going through the week. Like I said, we're not necessarily going through some elaborate game plan, but we just want to get in the routine of year one with the staff and the players here. What our routine is, and the plan is that we anticipate playing most of these guys. We'll make that final call on Saturday.
What have you seen out of him so far that we don't see because we're not privy to it? What have you seen about Kyle Pitts?
Well, I mean, he's from a character standpoint, he's exactly who we thought when we drafted him. Like I said, it's unique. He's not even 21 yet, and you get picked at that high. There's a lot of expectations thrown at you, and he's a very mature guy. So he's handled it. He's coming right along as we expected, and he's got to put everything in perspective. But we think he should have an impact this season. I'm not going to get into the prediction, but we're very pleased with how Kyle's come along. Well,
and then obviously, you got two pretty darn good tight ends right there, and you now have, as we all know, a Julio Jones-less receiving core. But you got Ridley, you got Gage, you got a whole bunch of other kids. What is your offense going to look like with the Mattural at the helm, Coach Arthur
we feel
Smith?
like we've got a lot of versatile pieces, and with a lot of different ways that we can effectively move the ball down the field. Where it's like I said, it helps when you do have flexibility at a lot of spots. So you didn't mention Lee Smith as one of our receiving weapons.
Okay,
which kind of offends me, but
I don't mean to. Look, I only have a certain amount of time. You know what I mean? I know your time is limited as well, but I don't mean to offend.
Yeah, no, we're excited. So, like I said, we got a lot of guys that we feel can contribute to help move the football.
Right.
And so, without giving away any state secrets here,
yes,
we'll be pretty excited going into week one. And you're not going to see us again. We got to evaluate. And the way we've looked at this preseason, we're trying to develop guys, and we're trying to give them the same same type of plays as we're going into there, so we can the guys that are doing the first half or doing the second half, so we can make the best decisions by Tuesday on the roster. So that's kind of been our approach to the preseason, and then obviously we'll see where it goes from week one.
Arthur Smith, Atlanta Falcons head coach, first year as that HC in the ATL prior to his final preseason game and first regular season game right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Look, I know talking about accomplishments in a preseason is usually nothing because you haven't done anything, you haven't accomplished anything, but this does deserve a kudo and congratulations. Certainly from me. I got COVID despite being fully vaccinated over the summer, and I know what it means to be vaccinated, how important it is to be vaccinated. Your team, reportedly one of the first 100% vaccinated teams in the NFL. What did you tell your players? How did you approach this situation that led to such a remarkable number that I congratulate you on, Coach?
Well, look, I don't think it's a complicated issue, but the best way to put it, I didn't pander. All we ever tried to do was inform our guys, tell them to educate themselves, go talk to the medical professionals, and to make the best decision for you. So we didn't try to sit there and push anybody. We didn't try to guilt trip anybody. And, a lot of these things, combination of certain guys got it earlier than others, which probably helps. But everybody's got to make their own choices, and that's what we push on here. Make your own choice, think for yourself, and those guys all made the decision to get it. But I didn't think there was anything we did special or better than any other team.
Did you bring anybody in specifically to address this issue to the team as a team meeting, have a doctor, an epidemiologist? No. You didn't do that, huh?
No, we told them that all those resources were available through our medical professionals and the ones outside is to go educate yourself. We're fortunate, you look around the country, we're fortunate that there is a vaccine available. So I don't get into political and religious discussions, but the numbers are what they are. And I think we're in pretty good shape in this country, the fact that it is available. And, the modern technology came through. So, like as you can see right now, as it was ripping through the country, and you were obviously one of them that had the breakthrough but hopefully it saved you from anything more dire. So.
Of course. And look, I don't mean to turn you as a head coach into an epidemiologist, nor do I want to be one as a host of a show like this one, right? And I know you just mentioned the word politics, but when I got it last, I at no point did the virus check my voter registration card before entering my body. That never happened. So again, I'm just, as a coach, did you find out who had actually reached out to your medical staff? I'm just fascinated by this subject.
Role. I mean, you're dealing with grown men, and then to the point where you just encourage guys to educate themselves. Here are what the facts are. The facts. Here's what the expectations are. The protocols are going to be, but you guys need to educate yourself. And I'm not going to sit here and pander politically or religiously, because you got to make a personal choice.
Right.
And because I made mine doesn't make me any better or think that I'm smarter. I did it because of what I believe in, and so where common sense is lost in this country, there's multiple reasons why. But some people can think that you and I are idiots for going to get it, but those are choices you and I made. So I'm happy with my decision.
All right, and then the last one for you on this subject: as a head coach, are you relieved that you don't even have to think about the subject of vaccination, that your team's got it, and that you now could just focus on another task at hand? Arthur Smith.
Well, there's certain reliefs, but it's where you get those and the protocols when you travel. You hope to. That was the one thing that the NFL did a good job, and the teams, and we got every game played. But a lot of the stress, every day when you woke up, and you had to be prepared, on a game day, players and coaches, where you may test positive, and you try to do it, and there's a lot of extra stress. There's stress enough on the games, and
right.
And nobody's a victim here. We know what we signed up for, but it is nice to potentially not have to deal with that on a Sunday morning. I mean, there's cases of exceptions, right? If somebody were to get sick, but you don't anticipate waking up Sunday morning or from Saturday's test and worrying about a guy being up or down a couple hours before kickoff.
A few more minutes left with Arthur Smith, Atlanta Falcons head coach, here on the Rich Eisen Show. What is it going to? I know you've got X's and O's to deal with, and you've got rosters, and you've got a lot going on your plate. But what's it going to go through your head when you're getting ready to be the HC of the ATL against the Philadelphia Eagles Week 1? You going to maybe take a moment, split second, that this is something you've been working so hard towards for your entire career, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, it probably hit me at different points. Obviously it's a hell of an opportunity. I feel fortunate to get this opportunity, and so I want to make sure I do the best, take advantage of it. And it is cool. I mean, you take a step back, but your mind's so busy. There's so much going on leading up to that game, and it's going to be a hopefully hell of an atmosphere in Atlanta that day, and the Eagles they're going to be a heck of a challenge. I mean, they got arguably some of the best experienced linemen on both sides of the ball, good skill position players, good coaches. So it's exciting. The opening day is fun in the NFL. That's what we're looking forward to.
Well, I'm looking forward to it for you. Okay, Coach. So just once again, when you speak to Al, if you want to have fun with him, if you're in the mood, I don't know when you're going to meet with him, but when you meet with him, just casually in the middle of a sentence, mention that you've never eaten a green vegetable in your entire life, and see his reaction, because he's never done that in his entire life. And he will jump out of his seat. He'll be like, what? So if you want to have some fun, you could say that, or talk steak with him, but that would be fun. And then
I'll try to work it in the production there.
I think you would do that. If you just want to have, if you're just in a mood and you want to just have a little bit of fun with Al, just throw that out there, and then, you could say you're messing with him, because who the hell's never had a green vegetable in their life? Please.
Fact about somebody.
That's Al Michaels. And then the other one is just casually work in the Mattural to Matt Ryan, and that'll be.
Yeah, we'll try to get that going here. Here. I'll use that in the team meeting today.
Oh, yes!
gosh. Yes!
Created a monster, Coach.
It's a Natural Light sponsorship.
There you go. You're going to work it all together. I like it. Making people better. That's all I try to do. And I appreciate the time, Coach. Good luck. Let's chat down the line. You bet. Thank you. Right.
Talk to you.
You bet. That's Arthur Smith, the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.